Hello and welcome back to the channel, folks. This is your boy StoicWarrior, and for today's video is another video from Apex Legends. Now for today's video is gonna be a little different from what I usually do. I'm not gonna be talking about any weapon or a legend or any of those sort of things or a game mode. What I'm going to be talking about today are the damn servers that Respawn has been feeding us with. They literally burnt the servers away. I'm just gonna show you one of the games. Well, I won that game. I don't know how. Though I did good in that game, I don't know even how I did good in that game as well. What I'm going to show you is how in these worst conditions of the servers I won that game. And yes, they have announced that they are actually doing some maintenance on the servers. I hope so. They actually do a good job with that. They get the servers back up online and hopefully better than they were previously. And hopefully these conditions can get better. But I'm going to show you a game in which the servers are. What can I just say? So let's get on with the show, folks. Alright, we had the rotation on Kings Canyon for this game, and right now I'm actually playing alongside randoms, and right now dropping towards Capacitor. Now if you can, let me get something straight. Ever since these servers got ruined, especially people like myself who actually already play on a bit higher ping than usual, a little bit of higher ping, we've been affected the worst. And because of that, I've actually not played that much in Season 8, so I'm afraid I don't have that much content for Season 8 as well, because what can I say? I can't play on these servers. Now, and ever since they actually messed up the servers, I've been getting a weird type of lag that I actually don't get. Basically, my frames just drop. They drop like crazy, and it becomes absolutely unplayable. Unplayable, that's what I actually mean. Now, I've tried, first of all, I actually thought to myself, could be a hardware issue, because why not? Frames are dropping, maybe the hardware, but then again, my laptop was not actually heating up, and it did not have any problems. I tried playing other games like Warzone or Titanfall or these other games. Those actually also require those are not light games. They also require a decent amount of hardware usage, and Warzone actually requires more hardware usage than Apex. So if those games run smoothly without any issue, and that means it's not a problem with my hardware. If it was a problem with my hardware, I know that would have been an issue towards me, but in certain situations you'll see that my frames will be dropping so bad that it almost becomes unplayable, because when frames actually drop, your aim gets messed up, it starts, screen starts tearing up, and whatever source of error, it becomes pretty much unplayable. And that actually, what can I say, becomes unplayable, and I have no clue how I actually was able to win this game in the end. And I already dropped a hot. I mean, Capacitor is a bit of a hot drop, considering you've got Labs on one side, you've got Rig on the other side, and Capacitor itself, a lot of teams actually love to drop most of the time. Sometimes, very rarely, nobody drops on Capacitor, but that's on a very rare scenario. Okay, so we've got two different squads on top of us. Time to totem push. Oh, and one more thing. Ever since this season, I've been getting some sort of a glitch since Season 8 that you see my frames started dropping. They dropped towards 30. They almost dropped towards 30. And they're not going back up. So it's not a hardware problem. Believe me, it's not a hardware problem, because I tried playing on other games. It doesn't. No, nothing happens in other games. So it's not a hardware problem at all. Alright, taking out one of the squads. Another squad's up on. Okay, there's one squad on top of us and one squad on the other side. We're actually getting sandwiched. Maybe. And look at my ammo scenario at this moment. I'm desperate for ammo. I'm trying to get ammo. I need ammo at this point. Now, okay, coming back. And I've also noticed one more thing. My frames tend to drop when my latency starts jumping. it always happens when my latency is jumping. Never, the frames never actually jump around without the latency. So that can also point my argument towards that it's a problem with the servers. You see my latency, it got up, and as soon as that got up, my frames started dropping. So that's another issue. See, again, frames were dropping. See? And they dropped like crazy. Right now they haven't dropped that crazy. Totally out of ammo I am now. Come on, Gibby. I need. You see, this is the glitch I'm talking about. The graphics, they actually also render down as if they get pixelated a bit. And now this started happening to me in Season 8 as well. If it was a hardware problem, this would have occurred in other games as well. I also play the Master Chief Collection, Warzone, sometimes Warzone, World of Tanks. Well, World of Tanks is not that hardware required game. It doesn't have that much requirement, so you can argue that that doesn't require that much power, so it can be. I can agree with you there, but I also play. And the Master Chief Collection, yes, it has old Halo games. Now considering I run that on Ultra. No problem, no frame drops, no pixelation of the graphics whatsoever. And then again, Warzone, I play it on approximately on medium level setting. And as I was saying, Warzone is a pretty demanding game. It actually requires a lot of hardware usage, a lot of CPU power. Though Apex is more on the graphical side, but then again, it's not like Warzone doesn't require your graphics card to be used. So then again, the point comes to that if other games, now you see 20 frames drop to 20. That's 20 frames per second. No game is playable, man. My aim gets too much off because if I was actually just playing on, for example, 50 or 40 frames per second from the get-go, I would have actually, but because of, now look at again, it's dropped towards 20, and you see, and just keep a look at the latency as well. It actually drops around according to, with the latency as well. When the latency jumps, even if the latency drops, same time. It happens at the exact same time when the latency drops. So what can I say? So I actually pretty much gave up on Apex because of this, because of the servers, and especially those who already play on a higher ping, they get affected too much. Now look at this, frames are at 19, 17, 16, 15. What do you expect me to do? There's no way I can actually do anything. And I've been downed. Though right now I've got 9 kills, 1500 damage. Now the damage could have been a whole lot higher because I wouldn't have missed that many shots because of the frame drops. If I was not getting this issue, I would have actually dealt a whole lot more damage because I was just getting this issue too much. Now, bear with me a second. I'm gonna show you my graphics setting. Now, as you can see, currently in my video settings, I've got the VSync totally disabled, NVIDIA Reflex is only at enabled, adaptive resolution FPS target, I'm not even using that, anti-aliasing is totally turned off, texture streaming budget is almost pretty low, man. Texture filtering, it's on bilinear, you can't go lower than that. Ambient occlusion quality, 0. Sun shadow coverage, low. Sun shadow detail, low. Spot shadow detail, disabled. Volumetric lighting, disabled. Dynamic spot shadows, it's disabled. Model detail, effect detail, impact marks, ragdolls, everything is set at low. And even with everything set at low, I'm still getting the frame drops, and also it's not a hardware issue. If this was a hardware issue, it would have also occurred. I would have also experienced problems in other games and other softwares and whatever not. But it only happens in Apex, and I'm running everything at low, and it's still not helping. So the only conclusion I can draw from this is that it's a problem with the servers. It's a problem with the game itself. Now I've shown you that I'm actually keeping my graphics settings to the lowest possible so that I even tried that just to check if it's a hardware problem. And even if such low and it's not, my laptop is pretty powerful. I mean, it's a 9th gen CPU, i7 12 cores, running on RTX, 16 gigs of RAM. I mean, come on. That's a powerful bit of hardware. So, and at such low settings, it shouldn't be an issue for it to run this thing. It should be like a breeze. So this definitely puts my argument towards that it's the servers that are actually making it for me. I don't know if someone else is also facing these issues with the frame drops. I know only the last 4 squads are left. And I have no clue I'm actually dropping some of these guys. See, again, my frames are dropping like crazy. They've dropped to 20, 19. Ha! What do you expect me to do, man? It was a good thing that in this match I actually got matched up. With good teammates. They were randoms, but they were good. If they were not good teammates, I have no clue. We would have not won this game if it would have been an issue. So, well, alright, last squad left. Doing the totem push now. Alright, let's see what we can do. Flanking them up. Alright, my frames are then once again dropping like crazy. They're at 20, I can't even name. I have no clue how I downed that Mirage. Trying my best to actually play it on 16 and 17 frames per second. And now they're going back up. And we won the game and I have no clue how. But it was a pain to play this match in such worst conditions. Though we did win, I don't know how we won that game, folks. I have no clue.
You are the Apex champions.
That is going to be all for today's video, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like and comment down in the section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more weekly content, and if you want to check out more content from me either regarding Apex Legends, Halo, Titanfall, etc. and whatnot, make sure to check out my Instagram. I'll leave the link down in the description below, and once again, peace out.